naturally, we're excited. Guys it's gotten on us in a hurry. Our guys have had a great camp, worked extremely hard. Feel really good about our football team. Our guys have really a close-knit bunch. I feel like that we've gotten better every day of camp, and naturally we start our first game on the road, and we've talked to our guys all camp about the importance of being road warriors, and naturally start off with a defending two-time conference champion is a tall order, and our guys know the challenge ahead, and we're excited about the opportunity to head out to East Carolina, and I think it's going to be a great game day atmosphere naturally with Coach Ruffin and new staff and a lot of excitement. I think they've got what I understand, a sold-out crowd and a new end zone facility, and our guys know what a challenge that is, and I'm excited about getting our guys on the field and going at it. So we're excited about the opportunity and looking forward to this weekend. Questions?
Coach, a lot of people like to start with tune-up games, get the Kingstown stuff. Obviously not the case in this situation. Are you cool with the way you guys are starting the season? Would you rather have maybe a little bit less opponent to tune up and everything?
Well, you take what the hand that's dealt you, and there's no any schedule you ever have. There's always things you like about it and things you don't like about it. I can tell you that Conference USA is extremely competitive week in and week out. There's not a team that can't beat the other team, and the hardest thing in college football is winning on the road, and we're starting on the road against East Carolina, a two-time defending conference champion. And that's a tall order, but with that comes great opportunity, and so don't worry too much about things you can't control. We're focused on going to East Carolina and making sure that we are a disciplined team when we get there. It's going to be a very hostile environment, and we know that. And we've got to go there, and usually early in the year teams beat themselves, and we don't make sure that we don't beat ourselves with stupid penalties, and we want to take care of the football and make sure that we play disciplined Tulsa football.
This is the fourth year in a row you guys have started the season on the road. Your team, came out with wins the first 3 years. What makes your team prepared to play on the road those first?
Well, I guess because we play all the time to start the season on the road. I don't know. Matter of fact, you mentioned that. I wouldn't even know that. Kind of how we go about business is, we go about preparing for each opponent, and naturally, right off the get-go now, you're going to be right in conference play in a critical game. There's no question this is a very critical game for us, and to be on the road is always, and in college football, it's the hardest thing to do. And so, we don't give much thought to, being prepared. I think every season this is a new team, and I'm anxious to see how we respond, and we'll get us a big test in a hurry.
How do you prepare for an East Carolina team? Coach Ruffin McNeil says that he's lost a lot of starters, a lot of seniors. You've got a new coaching staff. How do you prepare for a team like East Carolina that's going to be so new?
Well, they got a lot of great players. Kevin Harris is probably probably as good of Dwayne Harris, is probably as good of a player probably in our whole league. He's probably as good a return specialist there is in the country. I think the offense that they're going to, I think they have got great skilled players. The Farini kid coming back, naturally the running backs, the Williams kid, the Ruffin kid. Those are, there's good at running backs, good at receivers we're going to play against all year long. I know they seem to be settling in on a quarterback. Their offensive line are, 6'6", 330 pounds. So they've got definitely, great talent. They've got one tight end, I think 6'7", 260. They've always had great defensive talent. Their defensive tackles, I think they got the two best corners. I'd put their corners up against anybody in the country. They've got really good personnel. There's no question that they're going to be a very, very talented team, very, very big physical team. You bank on, I know Coach Ruffin, I have a lot of respect for him. They're going to do the things that they have done defensively in the past. I think what you've seen them do at Tech, and as well offensively. They've the offense speaks for itself. It's been number one in the Big 12 and one of the best in the country over the last several years. So I look for them to do the same things, even though it's hard to prepare because you don't know. Everybody's going to have special things that they do. And but again, the key in this game, I think, for us is working on us and making sure that you don't beat yourself. You can over prepare and try to prepare for everything and not be able to execute anything. So our deal is good coaches and good programs are going to do what they do. That's what we're going to do. And so it is a little bit it's a little blinding going into the first game with the new staff and all that, because you don't know exactly what the wrinkles will be. But for the most part, I look for them to do what they've done in the past to win.
Coach, when a game is on a different day of the week than normal, how does your routine that week change? Is everything get pushed back a little bit, or what?
No, this is, I think there's only a couple of games this year we're not on Saturday, and this game, we'll just, we back everything up from game day and have the same preparation always. It won't be that difficult for this week, but it will be for the next week because it actually puts us, a practice short from what Bowling Green's going to have to prepare for. So, the short weeks are challenging, but, an opportunity to play on national television to start off the season, to showcase our program, is naturally, well worth that opportunity and that inconvenience.
Coach, your thoughts on that's about 8.5-point favorite on the road, conference game, East Carolina dedicating their stadium. Your thoughts on that?
That's the first I've heard of that. I don't really look at any of those things like that. I think that's kind of, I think that's kind of silly in my opinion. These guys have won back-to-back conference championships. I think any coach in our league would tell you that personnel-wise, they're going to have as good a personnel as anybody we play. I would say Houston and East Carolina last year had the best personnel that we played against, and much of that skill is back. And I just hope we can end up 1 point ahead. That's what I hope. Is it's going to be, no question, a big challenge. This is not a, I don't know how you can have somebody as a underdog that's won the conference championship in back-to-back years, but I don't really look at any of that stuff.
Coach, East Carolina's in the opposite division, so supposedly you don't play them every year, but you played in the title game 2 years ago. That was sort of the game last year that started the end of the year woes that kept you out of the postseason. Has this developed into a rivalry even though you're on different sides?
Oh, I think our kids have a lot of respect for their program. I mean, they're the two-time defending back-to-back conference champions. We felt like that, they came in here in 2008 and took it. I mean, a lot of people, we turn the ball over and all that stuff, but they were a very physical football team, and I think they've been the catalyst in our conference for defense. And you look at the amount of players they've put in the NFL and the type of defense they've played against the type of opponents that they've played, Virginia Tech and people like that. Very, very physical football team and a very, very good football team. So